Weirdest thing? Oh, there are a couple of weird stuff. I was pretty weird too. I remember being like maybe I don't want to say this. Should I not say this? I'm Jay, a musician and entrepreneur. I started music when I was 10, but only got paid for it when I was 15. Right now, I make alternative, urban kind of songs.
I love it when you stay up till I sleep.
And it's all like an accumulation of all kinds of genres that I went through. I grew up in Bukit Timah, where a lot of the elite schools were. Like a lot of expats were living at as well. It was like an airport. I grew close to a lot of my neighbors, especially my next door neighbors, and they were all like expats, and they only lived in Singapore for I guess a couple of years. You know, just when you're getting to know someone really well, then having them leave was kind of like weird. There are a lot of weird things that happen. I was pretty weird as well. I remember being so determined to play with my next door neighbor that I cut a hole in the fence behind my mom's plants, and every day I would just creep through, to the extent that like it was freaking out my next door neighbor's parents, and they moved out like a month later. Another weird story is that there are quite like a few forested areas, especially like 10 years ago. So we would just like travel through the forest or even through the drainage, right, area, the longkang, just to explore. And like I came across, after maybe 15-20 minutes, not too long, of trekking, we discovered like a little campsite, and there was like a butcher's knife like just stuck to the, you know, the chopping board. I didn't see anything else around there that was like crazy, but that was shocking enough. We just like ran away. We didn't want to stay to see who might have been there. But a few years ago, I did go back as an adult to that same spot, and it was gone. So that was weird. Where I grew up was really spacious, so I had a lot of freedom to experiment with the space at home, on my neighbor's place. We would just set up our own like studios, you know, experimental sets. That everyone is like snobbish or uptight because of the area. It's like landed properties and everything, and elite schools and all that, so you would think people are not down to earth. But there are a lot of like, you know, really chill people that live there, including myself.